There we go. Trying to get going right here. Hey everyone, how you doing? It's Gil here at Camppatton Family Compound. I do have a special guest here in the green room. Tonight is Friday night and Homestead night, and tonight's topic is what are your favorite herbs to grow and why? Also, what are your favorite spices to grow and why? That was a little long to put on one thing, so we just wound up with that one there. And we got Tammy here. No sign of Mark yet, or I also sent Courtney both an email and a messenger with a link on it this morning. We'll see whether or not Courtney makes it in or not, or whether she's dealing with Fred. Yeah, Fred's getting to be that age where I don't want to go to bed yet. It's just 8 o'clock. I want to stay up another hour.
That's right. It's that transition from toddler to big boy.
Yep. And of course, anybody who doesn't know who Fred is her son, and he seems to be making leaps and bounds in his progression right now. So that's good to know and see.
He's
all right.
He's my buddy. We make forts together.
Cool. All right, let me get over to the topics here and see who all is in here. Well, first one in was earlier today was Walt Rogers. He said he should be home by start time. And the next one was Shady Hill Homestead, then Phelan Clan Wolf, then Jack Geeky Gardens down there in Florida, Kaylin Strain, Sue Meese here. Yep, and here's Mark popping in.
I'm here.
Yeah. And Walt's still on the road there. Jujubee's here. Juliana is here from she's in Virginia now, right? Yeah.
Yes.
And let's see here. And she's got something going on with her a little flare up. So she's not going to come up. Glenn How to Gardens here. Let's see. Lewis, it's the Marshmallow Man is here. Let alone Prepper. Did I say Sue Me from back before? Sue Me's here. And coming on your side, Mark just dinged on your side to give you extra watch hours. And Cara B from Northern Nevada came in on your side there, Tammy.
Oh, thank you. Welcome.
And Cara, I'm up in Idaho, up by between Pocatello and Idaho Falls. All right, so tonight's on is I really, really was hoping that I could get somebody up here to talk about her stuff, but she's busy with stupid stuff at work, even though she was supposed to be off the clock an hour ago. And then she also yeah, and she's still also dealing with her mother and stuff with the broken hip. So,
hey, Lewis grows herb.
Yes, I know Lewis grows herbs.
No, not herbs. Herb.
Herb. Well, that's Howie too. Howie grows an herb too.
Yeah.
Lots of herb.
I haven't stepped up to that level yet. I probably won't.
Yeah, me neither.
That's not the medicinal kind.
Yeah, not if I want to maintain a certain number 6 rating with DHS.
I thought you were retired.
It doesn't matter. I want to make sure I maintain that rating, because if they call me back, they call me back at 6 figures. So, yeah, because basically my time, even though I'm out with all my little emails and contacting them, my time in service is still ticking every time they ask me a question. I may not get paid for it, but if they pull me back in, it all goes, and then I'll be up to a nice little extra bonus there. And someone came in on my Facebook side. I'm not sure how to. I'm just going to put it up here. Add me up on the live video.
Emmanuel. Welcome.
Yeah, I know
Mr.
it's last. Yeah. Yeah, I only bring people up that have been channel members for a while and been burnt a couple times. People I don't know coming up and then doing naughty things. And Suzanne Gallet is here. Woo! All righty. So herbs. Since the staff sergeant is here, I'm going to talk a little bit about hers first. I know she has a rosemary plant that is well over 20 years old, and it is still doing fine. And it's in a pot. And all right, the pot is probably 24-inch square at the top, and it's about 24 inches tall. She has several, half a dozen basil plants growing at all times. And all right, she's got thyme, she has rosemary, she has a couple two thyme bushes. She's got a bunch of basil. God, I'm having a brain fart, folks. I can't remember everything that was there.
Parsley.
I can tell you, if I'm standing on the front porch, the thyme is almost straight out from the front door. The rosemary's off on the side by the planter beds over on the side in the front yard near
oregano.
the roses.
Oregano?
No, she doesn't have oregano yet. Sage. Yes, she has a sage one kind of in the middle, off to the towards the front, towards the street.
I have a sage tree. It's like been out of control for 3 years.
And this was all of her herbs, other than the basil, are in pots. And every now and then she moves them around. She hasn't moved in a while. She does have the water trays that go underneath them to keep them from rooting into the ground, so she can move them around. And also, you can tell how well they're being watered, and where if she needs to go out there and change the watering up on it.
What about cilantro? Cilantro?
I'm not sure. I know she has. I took up there something I started here. I took it there, and it's still packed full of the green bunching onions, which she chops up and uses to.
Yeah, I mean, if she's making salsa, she's probably got cilantro.
Yeah,
it's for me, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yeah.
I can't stand cilantro. I'll take a little bit in my salsa, but in quantity, no. And we have. Do you have stink bugs out there?
A few, not too many.
Okay, we get them. We get them out here in waves every few years, and literally, to me, they smell like just cilantro. And I've gotten one ricocheted off the mirror of my truck and went in my mouth. It took 20 minutes to get that flavor. Oh yeah, exactly. I had to pull over to the side of the road. I was about puking. And the smell is just for me, it's just ungodly, and they smell like cilantro. Some people, no.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. Yeah. That's Juliana. That's what I've heard too. So if my wife has it growing, she has it growing in a small pot.
Yeah, soap. That's it.
Yeah, it tastes like soap.
So there's two theories. I mean, there's it either tastes good to people or it tastes like soap. For me, it tastes like soap. Same with beets. Beets either taste nice and sweet or they taste like dirt. To my wife, they taste like dirt with sugar. To me, they taste like candy.
You just reminded me of something that I heard. I'm trying to remember who it was, which doctor was talking about that, about why certain herbs and vegetables taste different to different people.
It's a gene thing.
It's a gene thing, yeah. And it's an inherited gene. And if you're not in it, and that's why in certain areas, people all love cilantro, but you go a little bit different, and everybody hates it there because they don't share that gene.
Yep.
So, I can't remember who it was. Was it Dr. Berg? Oh, it may have been no, actually it may have been what's his name? Star Talk.
There's a lot of doctors out there, and there's a lot of papers
but
on
this,
it and all
this,
that.
this was
Not
this
just
is
one guy.
this is the astronomer guy that Kalen put up his name last night on. I couldn't remember it last night because he and his co-host on Star Talk were talking about stuff and how things genetics different for us in different parts of the world and everything else. And I think it may have been him that was talking about it.
Yeah, Kaylin, I grow the cilantro for coriander to go to seed and have coriander too. I use that in my pickling spice a lot.
Yeah, Neil's a grass type.
Neil, yes, Neil, yes. Thank
He's not
you,
really
Kaylin.
a scientist, but okay.
Actually, he's got a bunch of things off the back of his name, degrees and stuff.
Sure.
All right. Okay. Let's go over here. I got some slides here to show, just a couple of them. For those who are just starting out, there are some really cool books for about starting growing herbs. All right. And so there are several of these here. I'm not going to go to Amazon where most of these were at, but there are some other ones. And this one I like. All right. 550 herbs and remedies for common ailments. Yeah. And the AMA is trying to get some of these books pulled.
Yeah. You can't practice medicine. You don't have a degree.
Well, you practice medicine and you do have a degree, but you're still practicing because you ain't got it right.
Yeah, but the difference is I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so I'm in good shape.
You're good, but some of them doctors ain't good.
That's because they stay at Marriott's and Hilton's.
All right. And then there are some other ones for cooking with herbs and stuff. There's a whole spectrum of what you want to do with herbs and spices.
Yeah, I actually stopped at one of my used bookstores on Sunday and picked up probably 4 or 5 books. They're out my truck right now. They're going out to the cabin. But yeah, herbal medicine stuff. Not a lot. They have more in their warehouse. And they'll deliver it for free. That's that Wonder Book and Video link I put up a while ago. Cool. You can look it up. If they have it, they'll ship it for free.
Yeah, cool. This one here I like because it's an herbal medicine cook, basically to cook to make yourself healthy. I took a little look at it, and it's got some good things in it there. So this is one I got to talk to the staff sergeant about and see if she wants to get it. Of course, she may have already gotten it because every time I see something, on Amazon, I share it with her. So she may have already gotten. There were several of them. I said, "Did you ever do anything with them?" Yeah, I got that one 6 months ago. Now I got this one here last year. So she does get the books and stuff. It doesn't tell me that she's got them. So basically, she doesn't want me buying them for a Christmas present because she watches it till it's on sale and then she gets it. Hey, she's an accountant.
She's frugal.
Yes, not cheap. Frugal. Make your money go for the most. I think this is the last picture I have. Nope. I forgot. I got a couple more here. So this was a big poster. It was too long to fit on there and read, so I cut it in 3. And so what's interesting here is this one here lists everyone on here I've heard about, seen people using, whatever, but it's missing some other ones, and we'll talk about those as we go through because they come up down below. But basil, yes, I don't think anybody cannot grow basil. I mean, it may not have a real good harvest, but they can get some basil coming up. Chili powder depends on the type of chili you use, so that can be a problematic one. Cinnamon's a tough one. I think for a cinnamon tree, you got to be more like down in Florida and Southern California, the Gulf states. It takes a certain growing season zone for it to grow in. Cloves, cumin. Oh, my wife loves cumin. Curry powder, garlic powder. Oh yeah, we go through garlic powder like you wouldn't believe at our house.
I just sent you as soon as cumin came up. I'm like, oh my god! I sent my daughter a meme on ground cumin. I just emailed it to you. You can put it up at the end. It's clean, but it's funny.
Okay, I'm just sorry. So you must have sent it to the Gray Man one.
Probably, yeah, like literally just seconds ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kaylin says almost tropical for cinnamon. Yeah, and I love cinnamon. Oh, I love cinnamon. We got all the other ones. Nutmeg. My grandmother and mom used to use nutmeg for certain things, but it was seasonally. And guess which season they used it in?
Christmas.
And Thanksgiving.
And I don't put on a little bit on apple pie and a little bit on your eggnog. And I can't stand eggnog. It's like swallowing snot.
Yeah.
It doesn't help if they put alcohol in it. It's still snot.
Yeah, it's still just bleh.
Then it's like knock you over snot.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got different all these different ones. So let's go to the next one here. And so using basic spices, and bay leaf wasn't up there. Dill wasn't up there above it. Mustard wasn't up above there. But now here we get running into a whole bunch of different spices and herbs down here for using on different things and stuff. And it's like, I'm looking at this: basil. No basil on pork, but basil on seafood. Why they don't have basil on turkey when they have it on chicken, I don't know.
That's because you'll gobble it down.
Oh yeah, my daughter. There's a video from a couple of years back. Oh geez, 5 years ago, on this channel, where I was helping my daughter put in a raised garden bed out by where she had the turkey at, and she was planting. She wanted to plant a basil there. Well, we didn't realize that turkeys love basil, and that stupid thing. We were planting a whole bunch of basil. And all of a sudden we said, wait a minute, what did that basil plant go to? And all of a sudden here came his head through the little slat thing and grabbed another one. It's like, okay, hang on. And so we put up a piece of plywood between the two. So now stuck about a foot higher than the dirt of the raised planter bed. So the basil had a chance to grow before it started getting pecked at by the turkey.
It was nice of you to plant him a garden.
Huh?
It was nice of you to plant the turkey a garden.
Yeah, exactly.
He was trying to pre-flavor his meat for Thanksgiving.
But the turkey left the onions alone.
Of course. Oh,
well, yeah. You should be grateful for that. You know what it tastes like if he did. Any meat pre-seasoned with onions or milk pre-seasoned with onions, you're not going to want. Animals that eat onions makes their meat and milk taste horrible.
And now the bottom part of this poster goes into, I don't know how to say it, cuisine, varying cuisines, nationality cuisine, I guess. But, yeah.
International cooking.
Yes, thank you. Yes. Going international here.
5 of the best ethnic foods on the planet.
Yeah.
And of course, there are some people who probably want to throw a couple others up there. I'm trying to remember back. There was the last time years and years ago when we did something similar, just talking about different types of cuisines and stuff. Somebody got mad that I didn't bring up Polish.
Yeah, it was Polish, German, French, Dutch. They all have their regional. Even Italy has, Italy's got 18 regions, and all the foods taste different.
Yeah, and was it then you go a little bit farther east between Asia and Europe, the Russian, and you get a whole bunch of other flavored stuff. And some of those areas make the most amazing sausages, all varying on the different herbs and spices they put in it.
Yeah, what's available and flavor of the pork that they're using, or the goat or beef or whatever.
Yeah,
you can go to Germany and eat for months without ever having the same sausage twice.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and probably drink different beers and stuff, ales and stuff too.
Yeah, different beer with it every night.
You can go to one German butcher and never eat the same stuff for 3 weeks at least.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Caitlin, point something out here.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And say that's some of the things I've noticed from other channels talking about this. That a plant that is called by the same name but is of a different variety because it grows in a different part of the world has much different flavor and strength. Right.
A lot of things, if you grow it in volcanic soil, it's going to taste totally different than if you grow it like here where there's absolutely nothing but black dirt. It's the minerals in it.
If you grow it out west here, where we do have volcanoes.
You got volcanoes. You got lava.
Yeah. Fortunately, our volcanoes and stuff are hundreds of years old, so the soil's a little bit different. However, you go over into Oregon and Washington and Northern California, and of course up in Alaska, where the volcanoes are a little more active, you're going to get a totally different thing going on.
More sulfur in that food too.
Yeah. Mount St. Helens, the recovery area, that once stuff started coming up again, who was it? Somebody was talking about it. How everything changed. The flavors of a lot of stuff changed due to the fresh volcanic nutrients.
Well, that was the huge amount of biochar and hugelkultur went on right then at one time. I was there right after it was still poofing when I was there and saw it.
Still poofing? Did you bring toilet paper?
It was still smoking. The volcano was still smoking when I was there. And in fact, we stayed in a motel and we had ash on our car in the morning. It was still dying from that event. And it was the utter destruction. It was just, you can't describe it to somebody who's never seen it.
But Mother Nature works amazingly. And, 10 years later, they were talking about all this stuff's coming up. It's amazing. Because at first people were saying it's going to be 20, 30 years before anything can grow there. I mean, some stuff coming up the next year. Certain native grasses and stuff coming up the next year. It's like, wow. But as far as the herbs and spices and stuff, yeah. Now I just realized I'm going to go back on the page here, and I just looking here, going through it, all these slides here. I don't want to bring them up here. I just want to check it real quick here. There is a spice not listed anywhere in it, and every household has it, or at least 99% of all households have it.
What?
Black pepper.
Yeah. White pepper, red pepper.
Yeah, well, they listed red pepper flakes and they listed chili powder, but they didn't.
No, I meant like black pepper, white pepper, pink peppercorns, pink pepper.
Yeah, I don't see any of the peppers.
That's because it's a staple. You also don't see salt listed. So.
Yeah, well, salt's a mineral, and salt's its own thing. Salt is a necessity for life. Yeah. So because my mother-in-law at her house in Fremont, they had the biggest, huge pepper tree. And they were giving away peppercorns to the neighborhood all the time. And she'd set bags of stuff out there curbside for people to pick up.
Peppercorns?
So, whatever,
I'd love to grow peppercorns.
Yeah, and the thing is, this tree was so big, so old. It was back in the late 1800s when this tree had to have been planted, because the house was built in the first part of the house was built in 1851. But anyways, that pepper tree was so old, and finally a windstorm came up, and it turned out it was hollow in a lot of the limbs, but it didn't hit the house, so that was good. All right.
Oh yeah, I forgot about green peppercorns. Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to what Tammy said here, Tammy Harder, other Tammy, the lamb. Now, the first time my wife tried to cook lamb, it was, I mean, it wasn't nasty, but it was just kind of bland. And she goes, "This is the way my mom cooked it." I froze. A year and a half later, we were down at her mom's, and her mom had found a different recipe. And she goes, "This is not the recipe you gave me. This tastes so much better." Her mom had found a different recipe that had more herbs and spices, and it actually kicked up the flavor of the lamb a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
The first time I tried lamb, I'd always wanted to try it. I'd never tried it. It was one of those things I like. The list of things I've eaten is longer than, So for whatever reason, my parents had never served lamb. And so I got mutton. I didn't get lamb.
Yeah, that's same with me.
And I
tastes like a wet sweater.
Yeah, that's a good description. Only that's insulting. That's insulting wet sweaters, because I think the wet sweater would have tasted better. It was horrible. But then somebody gave me some actual lamb. And oh my goodness, it was so melt in your mouth, delicious.
Young lamb chops are much better than mutton chops.
Yeah.
And leg of lamb and leg of mutton. The older it gets, the stronger it gets, and you can't really cook that harsh flavor out. It's still good for you, but it's a flavor. It's what you prefer, and I don't prefer. I never really liked it. I've eaten lamb chops a couple times. I'm like, yeah, they're okay. I'm not going to go to the store and buy them now.
Yeah.
Well, I've bought it for stew. I'll buy it for stew meat, but I'll do it. But it has to be lamb, not mutton. And I mean, if it's like 6 months or older, it's no good. I'm sorry. So
I'm not sure what
point of that
Costco,
story. Give it a second.
I'm not sure what Costco and Sam's Club sells, but they got about a 4-foot wide area that says lamb, and they got all the different stuff. So I'm not sure how old that lamb is.
No, not old like on the shelf. Old like how old the lamb was when it was slaughtered.
Yes, that's what I know. What was the age of the lamb at harvest time?
Oh, probably under 8 months.
It has to be under 6 months to be a lamb. Number
6
one.
months. Sorry, my bad.
Number two, if you read those packages, which I have, they all say Australia and New Zealand. So it's positively absolutely delicious, but it probably took it another 8 months to get here from there.
Yeah, frozen.
So that means that the lamb that they were selling at Sam's Club and Costco is all of a sudden going to disappear for a little bit because they couldn't get it into the port.
Nope, they settled that last night, at least until February.
Yeah, I saw they settled it. Somebody posted something saying that one of the candidates came out and helped broker it, but I haven't seen any of the news reporting that. Of course, the mainstream news is for the other side, so I don't know.
Well, for the dock workers?
Yeah.
No, for the political candidate that stepped up and got the dock workers to take a lower.
Yeah. I heard DeSantis did something down in Florida. They said we're not going. He's just like, well, that's fine. We'll just put our own guys in there, and they went back to work.
Yeah,
but
well, this was a broker deal supposedly that Mr. Orange brokered.
Possibly.
So, but it was there's probably a bunch of different things going on, and different ones doing different things, and from what I read on the news is that they didn't get the 75% they want. They got, one said 52% increase, the other one said 62% increase. But
Caitlin makes a good point. You should always also look for halal because it's butchered under very strict observation and conditions, and that makes it also better than just random butchering. Thank you, Caitlin. I can never remember that word. I hope I said it right.
You did.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that my wife was actually thinking about was four of the acres, or four and a half, whatever of the acres across the street was putting down alfalfa and grass or whatever, and getting some sheep, and that way we can produce lamb and stuff. But that's one of those things we're still talking about. But the thing is, if we're going to be doing that, we also got to increase here our herb garden. And also, one of the things I didn't mention here yet, but was amazing when I was Googling the picture for my background and the picture for the background around us here. I typed in growing herbs, and it tried to take me to growing herbs indoors, which is, I know there's several people that grow herbs indoor. I'm not sure if Jujubee's growing herbs again this year, but a lot of them have the the name of the little arrow garden, that run arrow gardens to grow herbs and stuff indoors.
Somebody posted in the comments way up at the top, I don't remember who it was, I'm very sorry, that Arrow Garden is going out of business. And I don't know who posted that, but they posted it way back. Oh, Julianne did.
Oh. So Arrow Garden, okay, it must be that everybody's buying the knockoffs from them.
Now somebody figured out how to reuse or remake the little pods that they have the patent on. And because you couldn't really buy them anywhere else. You had to buy it from them when the pods get used up. Yeah. But I've seen people use K-cups and things, and
yeah.
Well, I have several out here in pots that I'm going to bring in, and I just bring them in. I put them in my window, and then I have a light and a grow light that I put on them for an additional couple hours a day in the winter.
Yeah. She repeated this. Yeah. So, if Juliana, did they say when? They're doing okay. Now here's something that says Scott's dropping it in January. So, it's on their website. Interesting, folks. If you want to, now may be the time. Of course, everything may jack up and everybody go in and buy so much. It goes, oh, we can afford to go another year.
Yeah, or they have their stuff imported from somewhere else and it got out of control.
Yeah,
or they couldn't.
But I'm just saying that you might want to watch and look for. Let me see if I'm doing this search here for you guys for this real quick here.
Juju said they're 30% off right now.
Yeah.
30% off. That's on their website. I'm going to see what's coming up here on. Yeah. Okay. I typed in Arrow Garden onto Amazon, and 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth one over is an Arrow Garden. The other ones are, yeah, I can tell they're knockoffs from across the land. Okay, now I'm getting into the Arrow Gardens here. So yeah, so the first 4 were knockoffs from the land of the Red Dragon.
Yep.
Oh.
You send something over there to get manufactured, they have the rights to your patent, and our U.S. Patent Office doesn't care because it's another country. So they just remake everything and resell it and call it whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some prime early deals going on Arrow. I'm going to bring it up here. So you got 2 of them that are actually Arrow Gardens. This one here is at 30% right now because it's normally 90, so it's down to 60, so that's 30%. This one's 60 down to 40, that's 30%. So you may want to see if something happens on prime deals where it drops a little bit more.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to get the refills for them, so you're kind of, well, depending. I'm sure somebody will come out with knockoffs made in overseas.
Yeah, here's some knockoffs here. And some of the knockoffs say on them that they, supposedly can be used. Yeah, here's a knockoff one for Arrow Garden. There's a knockoff. Yeah, so the paste tap is a knockoff for Arrow Garden. But another one here doesn't say what the brand is. Oh, I do. Yeah. Good point. Thank you, Juliana. You buy one, grab an extra pump accessory. Ooh, hang on, I missed one. They mailed out a random. Okay. So they may have 60% off on Amazon Prime Day, which is 2 weeks. About.
Yeah, it's coming up.
Yeah. Okay, so it's October. Oh no, it's not. It's next week. It's not the 18th. It's the 8th to the 9th. Yeah, so you got 4 days until it kicks off. So yeah. Oh. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. So yeah. So it looks like you can go to Arrow Garden the Arrow Garden's website and keep an eye on what's happening here on Amazon for different ones there. Yeah. But yeah, see, I'm trying to think who, I know Juliana has grown herbs in him. I'm trying to remember who else. Oh, Modern Refugee has grown herbs in his. Yeah, I think just about anyone that has them. If you just search Arrow Garden videos here on YouTube, and all investments on Amazon. Use the Max Grow and Max Bloom for nutrients, and uses their own seeds. Cool. Ordered 2 pumps for $20 on Amazon this week. All right. So, let me take a quick look here at something here real quick for you guys. Yeah, the herbs, anytime you do herbs, it just makes things taste better. You get a little parsley adding to something, oregano, whatever. it makes everything taste a little bit better for when you're doing it.
Courtney gave me the.
Oh, smart girl. She owns 5 that all take the same pump. Okay, we got Tammy Harder and Mother Earth Garden Club. Both are they're both turning 29 again on October 8th.
Happy birthday.
And interesting. Okay, I'm going to show this for you guys. For those that are interested, all right. So here is, the prices are fluctuating here. The two pumps is $26 right now. One pump is $15. A replacement pump compatible with Harold Garden is $13. So there's different pumps and stuff. So yeah. So keep an eye on the pumps as well coming up here on Prime Day. All right, I'm gonna try something. See if it changes your picture at all, Tammy. I'm going to go to brand. Yeah, okay, go up here. Because if I change Mark and I to that, nope, you're already it matched yours because you're on the vertical. So
I'd have to set my phone up on something way higher, and then I can't. I got the computer set up so I can see the chat.
All right. You can get back over to the chat. I've done basil indoors for my indoor winter garden, taking it out, planted it outside. I've planted onions indoors, the evergreen bunching onions, taken those out and planted. Took that outside when spring came, and actually that's the one I took to my wife 2 years ago. I didn't want to bring it back in, and she was having problems with her green onions, so I took that to her, and so. It loves the California Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area weather there.
I planted chives out in my garden 11 years ago. Garlic chives. It was a great harvest. And a lot went to seed. And I think I told you I have granite slabs from the local granite guy countertop thing. All just puzzle pieced in between all my raised beds. Well, all the seeds grew in there, and now I can't get rid of them. I mean, literally, I go out there with the weed whacker. I've hit them with vinegar. I've hit them with the torch, and it knocks them down. And I mean, there's so many of them. It's starting to. I mean, the root balls are starting to raise my little granite blocks everywhere. I'm like, oh my god, I can't get rid of this stuff. But they don't taste like garlic chives anymore. They've cross-pollinated with regular and probably whatever onion grass in my yard and stuff, although it's grown in the yard too. And so every time I'm like, hey, I got chives on, I was like, nah, I want garlic chives. Because I brought some of those up. She's like, nope, they're not garlic chives. They kind of taste like it. I'm like, yeah, they've been cross-pollinated so many times. There's no garlic flavor left in it. And I had a hell of a time growing some of the pots this year. It just wouldn't do it.
So that's something you guys do in planning your garden out, is separate your different types of herbs and spices and stuff so they don't cross-pollinate.
Oh, I didn't grow any regular chives. Like, it was probably cross-pollinated with like onion weed in the lawn, which wouldn't surprise me. So they just don't taste like garlic chives anymore.
I have an herb spiral, and I try to keep at the property. I try to keep all my herbs in that spiral.
Right.
So it takes up less space, but you can grow a large amount in one.
Most of mine are in pots now on the deck, and they're going to go inside for the winter, along with my poor, stressed out pepper plants that I planted in February. Never took them out of their little tiny pot. They literally survived not being watered, drought, overwatered, drowned, you name it. They went through it. And 2 weeks ago, I'm like, you know what? You survived this long. Let me see if I can winter you over now. So I put them in big pots. I have one pepper plant. He went from about 14 inches tall with just a leg. He's now like 36 inches tall, has 4 peppers growing on it. I'm like, yep, you're definitely coming inside this winter. You and about 9 other ones are going up in the grow room. And so I'll have peppers growing, and then in the spring, I'll bring them back outside.
I have a lot of herbs tucked in my bucket. I have a bucket garden, and it has a lot of herbs planted as ground cover for the main plant in that bucket. So, but
hey, Tammy, were you on the other night when because I went to Sam's Club and they had the 5-gallon buckets of Sam's Club for $2.99 each.
No, but I get mine all free. So.
Oh well, there you go. Free's good. Free's better.
Yeah, I went to my Sam's Club. They did not have them there at all, and I even asked about it. They go, "No, we didn't. You know, we've heard about people asking about that, but no, we didn't get them this time."
It had to be regional.
I also get the frosting buckets. When I want the smaller buckets, I get the frosting buckets at Walmart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I get the cottage cheese containers from one of my restaurants. He keeps them all because he puts food in it. And, I mean, it's not. I think it's 3 quarts or 2 quarts, whatever. Oh, they're great. I just stack them up and drill holes in them, and that's what I transplanted all my tomatoes and peppers to. And most of them made it to the garden. Some of them just lived in the container. And I think, I still got 2 of them in cottage cheese containers.
That's a great idea.
And Angel's here now.
I have one of those half-gallon cottage cheese restaurant cottage cheese containers. I think I'll put my rosemary in there or my basil in there. That's a great idea. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, plenty of root space.
Yeah. Cool.
Lettuce, tomatoes. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I might try doing the lettuce here in January to see what we can get. Yeah. I need to make the right soil mix for it. I think that was my problem.
Yeah. Tammy, that's what I'm doing. I have one rosemary plant and it's going to come in with me. A basil is coming in, and of course my lemon balm is coming in. Yeah.
Oh, I got lemon balm growing in my culvert.
So from the school cafeteria. Yeah.
Yep. I got lemon balm literally growing everywhere in my yard.
Oh,
it won't go away. I hit it, and it smells great when I cut the grass. First I smell onions, and then I smell lemon balm, and then I smell mint, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just cutting it down with the weed whacker, going, great, smells great. I'm sick of looking at this stuff.
Well, just weed whack it all into a bag and send it all to my house. We are going through so much lemon balm right now; it's not funny.
I'm gonna pull a bunch out and take them out to the property and just let them have at it in the woods.
This is the year everybody told me I should plant lemon balm. I even got seeds sent to me in the mail. And so I had planted it last year for the first time. And it was okay. You know, I'll have a little tea or, maybe make a tincture. And then this year I discovered that my son really loves the lemon balm tea for his allergies. And it was a terrible allergy year for me. So we have been as fast as my lemon balm is growing, I have been cutting that back, and I just got another handful to dry. I do lemon balm with strawberry leaves and echinacea, and it really helps the allergies. And I will brew that in a coffee, right in the coffee pot. I'll just put it in the basket like you do coffee and run the water through it. And then I'll put it in the refrigerator, and he'll heat up some when he wants it. So I'd
love to dehydrate it and send it to you, but you understand it grew on my side of the country, not in your dirt, in your conditions with all the bees and stuff there. So it may help you, but your stuff grown locally by you is probably more beneficial than my stuff.
Well, we're also putting my honey in from my bees from here. So.
Oh, this is true.
It's a trade-off. And then mint also in that mix is one tiny sprig of mint to make it not taste bad. But I had no idea strawberry leaves tasted so good as a tea and as an herb. So some things you don't think of as herbs are herbs too.
Yeah. Oh.
What else did I grow? There's something else I grew this year too. Oh, thyme. I always grow thyme.
Yeah.
At one time,
I got plenty.
At once, I had 8 different varieties growing in my garden, and they've all.
I got lemon thyme and regular thyme. My wife I forget what she was making. She was like, "Hey, we'll go trim me some thyme." So I gave her lemon thyme. She didn't check it, cooked with it, and she was like, "The hell did you just give me?" It ruined the flavor she was looking for.
Here is your quest, Mark, should you choose to accept it on behalf of Rebel Canners. Pennsylvania Dutch thyme is the best thyme I've ever tasted. I found it in the mountains of Pennsylvania. I could probably drive back to that, but I probably never. Nursery is probably not there. It was one of those mom and pop nurseries. They open up the barn, sell you little 4-inch pots twice a year.
Right.
You know, and it was absolutely. I kept it for years, and we finally got that one hard frost that just killed it. But that is the best thyme. And I've had lemon, I've had orange, I've had variegated, but the Pennsylvania Dutch thyme was the best. So good luck.
I have plenty of little farms in the spring. They're all selling herbs and stuff. I'll see. I never really look because I always grow my own.
Right.
But
it's just one of those odd varieties. I'd never seen of it. I've never been able to find it anywhere since. And it's just a little bit different than regular thyme, and not.
Yeah. Whereabouts in PA?
Somerset County.
That's where my property's near.
Very close to the little tiny town of Berlin.
Okay. That's north of Bedford and
Yes. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the town. I should know the town, but we had
you got Tyrone, you got a whole bunch of little towns up 99 up there.
We were south of the highway and down in the holler and close to the river.
Okay.
I could drive there right now. I could drive there right now. And that was 25 years ago. I could drive there right now. But I can't tell you how to get there.
Yeah. So, Mark,
yes,
if
sir.
you find someone that has that, you know what you got to do? You got to get several of them, and so we can pay you to ship them to us.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll make a trip to Pennsylvania.
Oh.
It's not that far from Ohio.
Oh, yeah, Berlin's out there. Oh, that's where Berlin is. Oh, yeah. Oh, Shanksville.
No. Berlin's the other way out, but it's in Somerset County. I know what county it's in.
Well, Somerset, the town of Somerset's not Somerset County.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It is.
Yeah, it's out by Shanksville and all that. Berlin, Myersdale, Garrett, Salisbury. No. There's a Mineral Springs. There's a million little towns out there.
Yeah. I'll tell you the town in a minute. I just have to look it up on Ancestry. Give me a second.
On Ancestry?
Yes,
I was doing family history. That's why I was there.
Oh.
I remember her talking about being out there for family history.
Yep.
Yeah, so
my family's from Berlin. This is my sister-in-law's family I was looking up, so I have to look on hers. It's not one I have memorized.
Mance, Calamont.
No.
Pleasant Union.
I'll feel stupid.
Yeah, there's a town called Pocahontas. Uh-oh. They're going to have to change that.
Yeah.
I'm not offended, and I'm, Native American from Pennsylvania, so.
Yeah. Yeah. My wife is Scottish. I'm Irish. And when a bunch of idiots made McFrugals change their name, we were both pissed at the people that were, I'm offended for you. No, you're not. You're offended for yourself because you have nothing better to do.
Yeah, you're bored. You're looking for attention.
I misspoke. I cannot prove that I am Pennsylvania Native American. My ancestor just bought 80 acres and all of his sons married wives who have no last names. I'm not Native American. Haven't been able to prove it yet.
Yeah.
Confluence. Somerset, Pennsylvania. There we go.
Oh, Mother's Garden Club. See you later. Have fun with your company. Yeah. So, Confluent. So there you go, Mark. There is your Mr. Phelps. If you decide to accept this mission, you and your IMF force will not be recognized if you get caught.
Yeah, follow a rustic little sign somewhere between Somerset and Confluence. You'll find it.
That's a little bit out there from where my property is.
It's okay.
And there's no direct road either because it's all the mountains going up. So you got to go north, south. Yeah, good luck.
Wait a minute, I feel like I'm doing that Egyptian dance. Like an Egyptian.
So here, fun story about the mountains. I went with my sister-in-law, and she has a lot of problems with anxiety. And I was driving. I was taking her there to help find her mother, that she had not seen since she was 9 years old. And we know she'd passed on. We were looking for her grave, and we got in the mountains and it was foggy, and I'm trying to drive, and all I can see on my side, the driver's side, is the mountain straight down.
Yep.
And all she can see on the passenger side is the mountain straight up.
With rocks hanging over you. Yep.
She starts to give me all sorts of grief, and I said, there are 3 ways this is going to go down. You can pick how you're going to do this. You can sit here in the passenger seat and you can be quiet so I can drive in this fog. I can put you in the back seat and put the blanket over your head, and you can still be quiet so I can drive in this fog. But if you say one more word, I'm wrapping you in that blanket and putting you in the trunk, and that's how you're riding to Michigan.
Throw her on a roof like Aunt whatever from wrap her in a rug and put her on a roof and prop her up.
Yeah.
You mean like Granny from the Beverly Hillbillies? Who were the rocking chair up on top?
It was one of the vacation. No, it was the aunt from National Lampoon's Vacation. She died. They wrapped her up and put her up on the roof, and she rode wherever on the roof.
Went the whole vacation that way. Yeah. Wasn't going to ruin that vacation.
Nope.
All righty. I'm looking for something here. All right. So we're getting ready to hit the end of it here. So I'm going to bring up what's coming up here. Come on. There we go. Got my computer bringing it up over here. So tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping, the topic is how to have heat in the wintertime in cold urban environment. And this was requested by 2 of the viewers over there on my Gray Man Prepping channel. So we're going to talk about heat, alternate ways of being heated if you're in an urban environment where you don't have a wood burning stove or a fireplace. And even if you do have a fireplace, you can't get the firewood for it. Then
that's what
Monday,
you raid the library and steal all the tax books.
You don't have to steal all the tax books. You get the library and you say, all right, give me the ones that are being replaced by the new, because they're outdated because they just passed a whole bunch of new tax laws.
Yeah.
All right, so Monday back here on Camppatton Family Compound, we're going to be talking about canning fat, i.e. lard and tallow. And all the fun, that's what we're starting with, and all the fun things you can do with lard and tallow in recipes and pot preservation and just general cooking for non-stickness. Then on Tactical Tuesday on Gray Man Prepping, where the topic is backup cooking stoves. Like those, like a bunch of people need right now. I'm not going to get into that. This next
Annie Pros.
Aunt Edna.
Next week.
Aunt Edna. Sorry. Somebody put it up there. Aunt Edna from National Lampoon's Vacation.
Yeah. All right. Tammy. All right. I got to answer Tammy's things. On my mom's side, genealogy, on my mom's side, just my mom's side, I'm related to every royal family in Europe. Everyone. My dad's side, I got half of them marked off so far. So, yeah, I'm Heinz 57 as well. All right. The Midnight Ride usually is on Thursday night at 10 o'clock Eastern. This next week, it's going to be on Wednesday night, because Thursday is the city council meeting. And immediately after city council meeting, I'm going to bed because I'm up at 3 o'clock in the morning driving back to see the staff sergeant in California.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, and if the city council meeting had been this week, I would have been leaving on Wednesday. But so Wednesday is going to be the midnight ride, 10 o'clock time. I will be sending out extra notifications on both channels about it. So then next Friday from California we're talking about wildfires, and do you have a proper plan? We'll be going over planning and stuff for wildfires, not just for those in rural areas, because wildfires affect cities as well. Just look at Santa Rosa. Half of Santa Rosa, the city of Santa Rosa, burnt down several years ago. Mm-hmm. So that's what that's what's coming up here, folks. And Tammy, the
farmers market still going this week.
Okay. All right, folks. So if you have any suggestions for topics for us, please. That's the email address too for both channels. Any ideas that you want to see addressed, ideas for us to have just a chat about, and email me, or if you have Tammy's email Tammy, and we'll work together on setting stuff up for it. All right, everyone. I want to thank everyone in the side chat that came in and that's still here, and I want to thank Tammy and Mark for coming up here at the last minute. I wish Courtney had been able to come up, because I know she grows a lot of herbs.
Yeah, and so she gave me this amazing Mexican oregano. It's hot and spicy. Oh my goodness, it's so wonderful.
Yeah. So there's amazing stuff, amazing herbs and spices out there, and so look into it, see what you can grow in your area, outdoors and indoors. And as a reminder, on Gray Man Prepping, starting January 1st, is the Indoor Garden Challenge. So you can start growing stuff now. So we're going to start the harvesting January 1st through December 31st, 2025, to see who can grow the most food indoors. I think Howie's going to win.
Do herbs count? Do herbs count?
Anything you grow counts. Whether it's herbs, sprouts, whatever, just do a little, do your video, weigh-in video.
I'm saving that sprout kit then. All right.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Take care, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow on Gray Man Prepping.
Have a good night.